Somebody, jag virade genom brunnen G. Nope. Nope. Are we there yet? I am a potato. I am a sweet potato. I am a beautiful, cute potato that lives on the farm. That lives and is born and dies on the farm. Everything that I deserve is being buried in the ground because I'm a potato that grows on the farm. Uh, oh, you're finally up. You're finally up. That's good. We're alive? No, not really, but okay, we should be fine. In about a few seconds, in about a few minutes, whatever. About a few seconds, in about a few minutes, whatever. Okay, my voice is more or less fine. At least I can hear myself properly. That's more or less a success. Okay, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Turn you off. Turn my phone on. Please get back up. I really hope that you'll get up and you'll be alive and you will not be absolutely awful piece of garbage. No? Okay. Leave! Leave, you freaking potato! No, it doesn't want to stay alive. Okay, let's just turn it off and turn it back on again. That's what you should do with all electric appliances, including cardio stimulators, cardio drivers. Okay, we're back up. Why the hell are there 8 viewers watching me? It's a relatively old game. I mean, it was played like 3 days ago, but still. So I have to turn off my sound because I'm restreaming some Korean player, some Korean caster, I would say. And I will. Okay, I'll do it later. I'll add the description, the original stream into description of my video. But anyway, let's watch Moon against Labyrinth. The game was played 2 days ago, yesterday, maybe even today. No, not certainly not today, likely yesterday, on Warcraft Survival Battle. So it's a Korean league, some Korean league. Sound is off. The first map is Lost Refuge. Of course, I don't know how the game ended, how the series ended, so I've got absolutely no idea what happened, what's gonna happen. We're having Lost Refuge, and the main thing is... Oh, Death Knight. Okay. The main thing is what Undead would play, because of course Moon will play Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter is amazing on Last Refuge. You get Mercs, you get very quick level 3 if you want to, and of course you can be completely obnoxious towards an Undead, because Undead can't really establish his fast expo on Last Refuge. I mean, he sort of can, but at the same time it's quite painful. It's quite painful to defend, because of course you can position your army between an expansion and the main base, thus cutting off reinforcements. And expansion itself is not easy to creep, and there is a merc camp between expansion and the main base, and the merc camp is easy to creep on the other hand. So you get mercs if you want to push this expansion. And Demon Hunter, of course, will heal up. Priests work amazingly for Demon Hunter, because of course troll priests are just awesome. Demon Hunter will live for so much longer. Okay, Moon starts with default creep camps. It'll give him 2.5, I believe, maybe a little bit less. And Labyrinth goes for a fast expo. It's quite a painful fast expo to defend, as I've said, but it's still perfectly possible. Of course, Moon pulls away Golem, so Golem doesn't throw his boulders. Yeah. I mean, what does Golem do when he throws a boulder? Is he just throw in the part of himself? Likely so, but at the same time he can construct himself back out of nearby stones relatively easily. And Moon goes for quick expansion himself, so he will not be very aggressive towards Nodet's expansion because he wants to have enough archers, he wants to have enough mana juice in the Moonwells, he wants to have enough mana itself to be able to defend his own expa. But at the same time, he will be able to establish his expo, he will be able to play two bases against two bases, and it can work on Last Refuge. You don't absolutely have to deny to cancel on that expansion. At least not every single time. He creeps up to level 3. Yeah, he'll play very, very passively. I like this Moonwell. That's an amazing Moonwell, and these Moonwells these Moonwells are not a new thing. Usually you were putting Moonwells between your base and expansion on Last Refuge, even like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I mean, I hope the Last Refuge was out. Yeah, it certainly was out since 2018. And these moonwalls work. These moonwalls give you a lot of additional survivability when you have to defend your expansion, because your hero can just get back to these moonwalls and heal up in these moonwalls and doesn't go all the way. So it's awesome. Belt plus 6 is not amazing on Demon Hunter. He doesn't sell it, but it's additional HP. It's 150 HP. It's never wasted, but at the same time, it's just HP. It's like periapt of vitality on Demon Hunter. Too close. He would prefer at least one ring instead of this too close, but of course too close are still decent drops, still good items. And right now Labyrinth is trying to be aggressive. I doubt he'll succeed because we've got Demon Hunter with Mana Burn. Mana Burn level 1, Labyrinth got absolutely no mana anyway, and Immolation is level 2. And level 2 Immolation is just pain. It's a whole world of pain for every single ghoul that exists. At least one ghoul should die. Will he get away? No, he shouldn't. No, he was able to get away. That's extremely strange, I guess. Archers did not shoot the last arrows. These skeletons should try to prevent this ancient from rooting. I mean, not by attacking it, of course, but by just positioning themselves in such way that no, they are just fighting, they'll die, they will give 24 additional experience to Demon Hunter, which will not matter a lot. But he's getting close to level 4, and that's awesome for him, and Death Knight is level 3.3, and that's completely expected. I mean, levels are fine on both sides, I can't really say that someone is very behind. Moon goes for Panda. Oh. That's a solid choice on one hand. Of course, Sundet will be able to cancel this expansion, but not be able to kill the tree, and Panda will be level 2 the moment he'll get back. Yeah, just cancel the gold mine for as long as you can, and even that you can do for long, and you'll lose a priest, which you do not really care about, at least not care about too much, because of course you'll be fine if with losing a few mercs. You're an undead on one hand, so your ghouls are very, very cheap initially, and you've got a lot of gold to produce destroyers and fiends and everything else later. It's quite lucky for this panda that Death Knight got no mana. There could be 200. Oh god, there could be 75 mana on him already. That's not something that Moon controlled. I can absolutely assure you that it was just a little bit of luck on his side. So, large healing potion on Panda. Of course, Panda wouldn't die, but losing a large healing potion also is quite painful. And finally, the expansion is established on Night Elf's side. He is making additional wisps. I doubt he will need all this many wisps. all the 5 wisps to be produced. I would like a few wisps to be pulled from lumber, because eventually you will need to. You will absolutely need to, you will likely need a shredder, or you will likely just need to wait until your lumber wisps produce enough lumber, produce certain stash of lumber in such way that so you will be able to detonate a few of them and free your food limit and get out of 50 relatively late. But I guess the moment his tier 3 will be done, he will be at 60 already with 2 bears at least, and bear upgrades and everything else. And he decides to use a large healing potion on creeps. He believes that killing these creeps is so important. He will not lose the archer, but he gets a terrible drop. This mask is not worth a large healing potion. This mask is absolutely not worth a large healing potion. Level 3 on Panda though is awesome, but still, while Undead is just building up his army, what does your level 3 Panda early on do if you do not attack the Undead? I didn't like this Moon by Moon. This move by Moon, of course, not Moon by Moon. Yeah, it's always Moon by Moon, for hell's sake. So, Demon Hunter will creep this laboratory. The bears are in production, of course. He will get to 60, and he will even get to 70, and he's making his 80 Moonwell. And Undead is preparing his attack, although he will visit the red camp, and he needs Destroyer form, which just started, so he's not really preparing an attack, but he doesn't really have a lot of places to go except for turtles. So either he goes turtles and waits for his destroyer form, or he attacks without destroyer form and just hopes that there is no major fight until destroyer form is researched. And there is about 20 more seconds on it. Yeah, he decides to attack without destroyer form. That's fine. Destroyer form will be ready in time. Demon Hunter gets a little bit wrecked, but he got rejuvenation, and that of course got no dispel without destroyer form. So Demon Hunter will live for a little while. Ghouls should die almost instantly because you've got Panda, and Panda deals significant damage to ghouls. Death Knight is very low already, and that's just a wasted attempt by Labyrinth. He wasted a good chunk of time, he didn't do anything. He gave some experience to Moon, it was just a ghouls, but it still counts. And now Moon can allow himself to be aggressive, because of course the longer you fight against a Night Elf, the less money you've got, and right now Undead got only one coil, got no Novas left, a few Dryads should die. At least one more should die, Troll Berserker dies, but I believe Undead should in the end evacuate. All the destroyers are up. And this destroyer, although he's out, he instantly gets wrecked. And Night Elf, does he even know? Come on, Moon, you didn't forget about this fiend. Come on, you've got your laboratory. You have even grabbed your laboratory. For what reason? Do you have a wisp on it or not? You absolutely, at all times, the moment you creep your laboratory, you should have a wisp on it. Okay. And now they will contest the second creep spot. Do not let me cook. The cake did not bake inside and barely raised from Leathener. Just use something wooden, like a wooden toothpick, and then push it into the cake, and then put it out and look if there is any dough on the wooden toothpick, if there is anything on it, to be honest. If nothing sticks to it, then likely it has been properly cooked on the inside. If anything sticks to it, put it back into the oven. In that case, it would char outside. It's better to have a cake charred on the outside. It's better to have the cake that you have to scrap the sides off, but than to have the cake that you can't eat at all. And yeah, if it didn't raise, then likely you failed with your... what? Я, кстати, совершенно забыл, как будет сода на английском, потому что они же обычно используют бейкинг-паудер вместо соды. То есть, если тест не поднимается, то, скорее всего, либо вы нафакапили с количеством соды, либо у вас немножко мертвые дрожжи. Ну, либо вы не дали этому самому тесту немножко выстояться. То есть даже относительно пресный тест, которого... Leave, Demon Hunter, please leave. I mean, he would leave anyway, he got Invul Potion, he got Tank of Reincarnation, but still, it was quite painful to watch. И, соответственно, даже пресное тесто должно хоть немножко выстаиваться. So, Moon is at 77, Labyrinth is at 80, nothing really happened. Who got the item? Oh, it's the clock, it's on the leech, I mean the item from the red spot. And this clock right now is significantly better than a helmet on than the mask. It's the mask, it's not really the helmet, but it's still sort of a helmet. Than the mask on Demon Hunter, because Lich likes this clock. Lich gets benefits from both agility and intelligence, and significant benefits, and Lich is one of your main damage dealers. Mask is not terrible as well, but eh. So, Panda is 4.3, Demon Hunter is 4.8, Demon Hunter desperately wants to be level 5 because level 3 mana burn is awesome. Moon decided to retrain into evasion, which I completely support. It's a relatively small amount of gold, and he's at 79 anyway. And he retrained it a little bit, quite a good time ago. So this bear should die. Yes, this bear will die. Moon tried to save it. It didn't happen. But at the same time, the third bear dies. At the same time, Death Knight is very low. He got Mana Stone. Mana Stone may win him this game. Another bear will die. Yeah, Moon loses a lot, and that's not a lot he can do to prevent his losses. There is absolutely not much, and Undead is at 80, and Moon is at 50, and Mana Stone should be used by Death Knight. Finally, a few units are dying, and yes, Mana Stone should be used by Death Knight, really. No, he wants to kill this Demon Hunter. He knows he can't, because Demon Hunter got tank, so he wants to kill Panda. Why don't you use the Mana Stone? You should. Moon lost anyway, Moon lost already, it just happened. Did he use it already? No, he still has it. So he has such a large lead, so he doesn't even need to use Mana Stone. In general, it was not such a large lead. In general, it was just a bad fight by Moon. A lot of his bears died. He played a little bit too passively because he didn't force a single destroyer before this fight, and destroyers with mana just obliterated him. Yeah, that was quite painful to watch, and finally Demon Hunter will fall. No, he lives at 11 HP, but there is not much he can do. And this panda will fall, and these bears will fall, and everything will die, and Moon just leaves the game. Okay. the game number 2. Labyrinth against Moon. 1-0. Labyrinth is in the lead. Boulder Whale. Again, I know nothing about Boulder Whale, except that it's a whale with boulders. And it's green. And it's likely Scotland. I don't know why, but it should be Scotland. There is no Scotland on Azeroth. Oh, really? Is there no Scotland on Azeroth? And what about Dwarven Kingdom? Huh? Huh? Anyway. So what we're looking at, relatively default strats, but both players, I guess I will skip a few seconds. And even more, and even more. Is Moon going for some risky creeping? No, not really. He's placing his Ancient of One next to Yellow Camp, but I believe it's an easy Yellow Camp to creep. Yeah, there is an Elemental, all these creeps are ranged, so no normal damage, and not such a significant damage between ranged creeps, of course, deal less damage than usual melee creeps. And Acolyte will live. Yeah, it's 28-37, piercing against heavy armor on this tree. Because, of course, when the tree is unsieged, when the tree is uprooted, it got heavy armor instead of fortified. That's why you always uproot your Ancients of War against stuff like tanks. So on that, will he creep the same spot? Yes, I guess it's the spot of choice, because elementals are so easy to kill. Are they? Yes. And they drop good items. Gloves are not exactly what Demon Hunter would like to have, but gloves are not terrible. And he goes for immolation, just to be able to... Oh, it was a skeleton that died, okay. I mean, I was a little bit surprised by seeing something killed by creeps, but it was just a skeleton. And Demon Hunter got himself... himself socks, and Death Knight got himself claws. Claws will be awesome on Leech. Right now, claws are relatively useless on Death Knight. They are never useless. You creep quicker, you deal some additional damage to archers and Demon Hunter, and it's awesome. It's just that he will give them to Leech the moment Leech will be out. That's for sure. These ghouls will live. These ghouls, of course, will survive. Demon Hunter will have to get back. Not a single archer will be killed today. At least in the span of... during this night. That's what I meant. During this attack. And right now it's a relatively standard game. Nobody is even trying to go for an expansion. It's one base on one base. That's an interesting creeping, and I believe there should be assassins here, right? At least there is a troll with sleep, who is likely... No, it's just forest trolls. The same forest trolls as the normal green cousins, but these trolls are just purple, and that's all the difference, basically. Death Knight is creeping the Goblin Merchant. I would sell the clock. I mean, clock sometimes save your life, but not in this matchup. So I would certainly say sell the clock, and getting mantle and claws is awesome. Leech will be powerful already. And right now mantle, of course, helps Death Knight to have more mana and to have more coils. And Periapt of Vitality is certainly not what Demon Hunter wants, because yes, it gives you HP, but it's just max HP, and in general, in the fights, you are rarely at max HP. So you don't get all that much benefit as one may think. If it was a Ring of Regeneration or something like that, or maybe even Ring +5, that would be way better. But no, it's just max HP, and since max HP doesn't give any additional damage to Demon Hunter, it's relatively bad. It's not useless, of course, it's still max HP. Two girls are going down. Naga is out. Naga is the second hero. A little bit better than Panda. Not better than you fight in the late game, of course, but right now she's better. Right now she's more solid. Right now she is able to control the field better, control Death Knight better. Death Knight is completely dry, so what is Labyrinth doing? I have absolutely no idea. He should creep likely, because right now he's just wasting his time. Moon doesn't care, Moon creeps normally. Demon Hunter will follow Death Knight, while Naga will creep a likely laboratory next to her base. No, she decides to go for an expansion. For yellow spot on an expansion, using Demon Hunter as additional source of damage, that's very acceptable. Lich is out, Undead will go for Mercamp, right? No, he goes for the green spot for some reason, but it doesn't matter, he'll be able to get to the Mercamp. Night Elf is creeping right now. Talisman of Evasion is relatively awful, but what can you do? It'll be given to Naga, but at the same time, it'll be sold, I believe. It shouldn't even be given to Naga, just sell this Talisman of Evasion and live happily and freely ever after. Of course, he drops items because there is absolutely no danger, and you should always drop items in such situations when nothing is really putting any pressure on you. And finally, Labyrinth is creeping his own Mercamp. Naga is level 2, Lich is almost level 2, he will be level 2 out of this Mercamp, and he'll even be a little bit ahead of Naga, which doesn't matter. And Moon is preparing to creep the red spot, but at the same time Undead is also preparing to creep the red spot. And Moon is playing a little bit too passively again, but one base on one is completely different than two bases on two bases. You should not be that afraid of 80-foot push with destroyers. And right now with nerfed ghouls you are no longer that afraid of 50-foot push with just ghouls. This poor fiend who betrayed his brethren. I mean, yeah, we've got Archer and Naga who also got lightning shield on them, but this fiend dealt. It didn't deal too much damage, but at the same time, every time you use mana on statue, it's a little bit painful because, of course, what you want is to have a lot more mana on statues. You want to have enough mana so they both provide healing, and you can raise destroyers and then drain them for this mana. Drain the statues, of course, I mean. So Death Knight got himself a Helmet of Valor, Mask of Valor, whatever it is called. Demon Hunter also got himself one. And he's going for evasion, and he got Talisman of Evasion, and you really should get rid of one, I guess? Please? No? Okay. First bears out, skeletons are escorting this bear to his final destination. And of course, his final destination is the greatest mission of this druid is to provide rejuvenation to Demon Hunter. So Demon Hunter heals up and is able to creep longer. And of course, Undead got himself large mana potion, which is absolutely awesome for Death Knight. And he got a Book of Death. Oh. That's interesting. He sells it because, of course, Book of Death would be destroyed by a single wisp or by a few dispels by dryads. But at the same time, Book of Death can be extremely useful even when you've got dryads against you, because skeletons will basically drain these two dryads to 0 mana, and dryads will dispel them. And Night Elf needs more dryads, and that is out of 50, and that is at 51. Night Elf right now is at 47, he lost 2 wisps. Shop will go down, but I doubt any more damage will be done. Yeah, it's a TP for a TP. Shop goes down, 2 wisps go down. It's about 200 gold in damages and a little bit more in gold. And that got himself an expansion. Night Elf is also building an expansion, of course, on the more dangerous to creep locations, but at the same time, the more secured locations. And none that prepares to attack, but I doubt it's such a good idea because right now Moon. Oh, right now Moon is not even there with his Demon Hunter, and he doesn't have a staff on Demon Hunter, and he doesn't have anything on Demon Hunter, to be honest. Could you please buy a staff of teleportation on Demon Hunter? Could you please buy at least one staff of saving your units? Recuperation, rejuvenation, translocation, uh, restoration, uh, reemplacement. No? Okay. He finally sells, he finally does it. He finally sells the Talisman of Evasion. He finally buys the stuff. Naga got one small invul. That's not enough, but what can you do? The second small invul is in stock, and that will likely buy it. Along with another healing scroll, although he will not have money for both. Yeah, he just buys an invul. And starts charging his destroyers with mana. There are 2 full mana destroyers, which is very dangerous, and this expansion will fall. This expansion absolutely should fall. Every single undead hero is at full mana. Lich instantly gets to 4, and that's the problem of playing a bit too passively as a Night Elf. You just lose to a fully prepared attack. To destroyers with full mana, you have to drain these destroyers early on. Although 2 destroyers are down. There is 1 statue, but he will not lift this statue. Naga is going down. That's painful, but what can you do? That's an undead for you. Now the destroyer should go down. There is no more mana on a Lich or Death Knight, so only Naga got any mana left. And I guess Moon was able to defend, at least for now, not for long to be honest, but he'll still survive for a little while. Naga is being revived in the tavern, in the altar, I mean. Moon got what? 500 gold, that's fine. He should try to save this expansion, because without this expansion he absolutely got no chances to win. Not a single chance. Zero. Nada. Demon Hunter is killing the last remaining statue. The problem is that the statue is already out of mana, so it is not such a good idea. He was able to kill it anyway, so it will not be lifted as a destroyer, but again, destroyers got no mana. Statue had no mana to be drained of it. And Night Elf. I don't know why Moon is playing without staffs. Demon Hunter will be back to full in quite a few seconds. He may be able to save this expansion. He may want to buy Potion of Invulnerability. No, Undead decides that he needs it more. And of course, Undead will buy it. I mean, yes, you don't really need it as much on Demon Hunter, but at the same with an Ankh. But at the same time, you don't really want to give it to an Undead either, and you can't wait for your Naga. Your tree will fall, yes. Moon understands it and decides to defend. He repairs with just 1 wisp, that will not be enough, but repairing with more will just lead to Nova, yes, exactly to that. And expansion goes down, and it will be very, very hard from now on. Moon right now needs a little bit of a miracle to do anything. There is a destroyer with full mana, the bear will go down instantly. Naga is getting pressured, Lich is also getting pressured, but Demon Hunter will not be able to kill the Lich, but Naga on the undead side may go down, no? Okay. There was a Dryad who dispelled this Naga. Moon is trying to get some hero kills, but it's not what's gonna happen. And of course, right now he's playing one base against two, so Undead got better reinforcements, Undead got more reinforcements, he can fight in the field for longer. Lich is getting low, But in the end, the Naga on the Moon's side will die first. And there is no way she'll live, yes, she just dies. That's over, that's generally over. You may want to get a little bit more of invul potions the next time. You may want to not give invul potions to your enemy the next time. If he wins in this game, that will be a miracle. That will be a miracle only Moon can pull off, but I greatly doubt it for some reason. Because right now the difference in gold income, the difference in army will just increase, will constantly increase. He gets an orb. Again, you want to sell something, you want a staff, at least one staff. You may even want to get your Priestess of the Moon just to save your Naga. Because you can see that Labyrinth wants to kill your Naga. Why don't you do anything about it? Is completely different question. One destroyer will not go down, or maybe later it will, because right now Death Knight let himself get drained. But he can afford as many mana potions right now as he only wants, because Moon is playing from one base, Moon has to stand in 50. Naga will get to level 3 quite soon, and with Forked Lightning it'll be sealed. The game with Forked Lightning level 2 should be completely over. Moon is going for the Sapper, but Undead is staying there. Undead is right there, defending his expansion. He knows that Moon will attack, and this attack is doomed from the beginning. And Naga is there to prevent the Sapper from doing anything. Catching this Fiend is a good thing, a little bit of an advantage towards Moon. Moon is getting closer to level 6. Demon Hunter level 6 can at least protect his expansion while it's getting up. If Moon decides to go for an expo, if Moon decides to save his expo, finally he bought a staff. And finally Naga saves someone with this stuff, and that's an explosion. That's a kaboom. Rika, and you should just attack Acolytes or get away with these two bears, otherwise they'll die, and they will die now anyway. Because level 2 aura is quite powerful. No, he was able to save these bears with Dryads, with attacking another Fiend. That's nice, that's solid, that's quite awesome. So, what's gonna happen next? Moon needs to establish his expo, or Moon needs to establish the final push. He can do. No, he decides to fight. That's acceptable. Fighting on the Undead's grounds is, of course, not acceptable, but at least there is no Nerubian Tower for a while. There was, now it is there. Demon Hunter is out. Demon Hunter is in the field with his form under the effect of the Nerubian Tower. Naga is able to buy Potion of Invisibility. But Death Knight got dust. And Naga is going down again. And again, the question is, where was your Invul Potion? I'm really sorry, but it's hard for me to blame the Undead here. Moon decides to completely trade his Naga for small advantages. That's acceptable on one hand, but at the same time, Naga is not such a low level any longer. Demon Hunter should get away right now. This Fiend will die, and there are a few bears killing units on the Labyrinth expansion. Of course, Labi gets a lot of benefit, was getting a lot of benefit from this expansion, but right now it doesn't work any longer. At least 2 bears should die. This destroyer is back to full HP, this destroyer is getting poisoned, of course. Naga is getting low, of course, Demon Hunter can just champion through a lot of things. But right now he's low, he will waste his Ankh. That was expected, that was acceptable. And that is low at the same time, this Fiend will die. Now Demon Hunter is in trouble. Now Demon Hunter may die for it, no. He'll be fine. But he has an army to save. He had an army to save at least for a while. He'll come back at some point. But not right now. So all the bears will die. Absolutely every single bear will die. That's terrible. And again, that's all because he was unable to save his Naga. That's all because of his Naga. He's moving his main tree towards the expansion, I believe. He should at least. And that is ahead, and that is significantly ahead. Demon Hunter was unable to catch this with Labyrinth's army. He's just standing there in the middle of the map, thinking about something. Naga is out, Naga is out. Okay, that's something nice. Is she out there? She should be. Yeah, he's right there. She is right there. Another coil, but there is enough juice in the Moonwells to restore full HP to Demon Hunter. Naga should save herself. Again, Aura level 2 is very powerful. Aura level 2 is incredibly powerful. Moon was able to come back. Dryads are pressure in this expansion. Dryads apply quite a good pressure, but at the same time, main doesn't work for Labyrinth as well. So yes, Demon Hunter level 6 may be able to pull the miracle out of his black pants. Destroyer goes down. Naga gets low on mana. I mean, she has 0 mana. Everything on that side has 0 mana. Is there any mana in the statues? That's the most important thing right now. Yes, there is at least one statue with mana. Death Knight was able to buy 2 mana potions, and I believe he will try to kill Naga again. Of course, Demon Hunter can be saved, Naga can't be saved though. Trade the stuff to Demon you did it! You had the stuff! Oh, for hell's sake. And he loses Naga again. And right now, there is absolutely no doubt that there was potion of invulnerability in the shop. And there should be now. Demon Hunter gets away. Demon Hunter will be able to get away because he's so quick and he got boots. But really, losing Naga the 3rd time. Did this game not teach you anything? I mean, he could have sold Periapt of Vitality and buy an Invul Potion. He could have sold gloves and buy an Invul Potion. At least he was able to kill every single Acolyte, and all the Dryads should leave. No? Lich is quick enough? Yes. No. Dryads will live. On 1 HP, but she lives, and that counts. And so, Demon Hunter is level 7. Naga is being revived again. That's fine. That is all freaking fine. No, that's absolutely not. Please stop losing your Naga. Please buy at least 1 healing potion. Maybe Invul Potion, or any potion to be honest, because I mean, the problem is that he was even able to trade the stuff. He just wasn't able to save his Naga. Instant attacks on Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter, of course, got boots. He will not sell these boots for a while. And that gets gold only from 1 base, and his expansion will not really run out that soon. It will run out eventually, but I doubt that 6k gold. Okay, that's fine. That's perfectly fine for an expansion. He He got a full base working for him. This dress will kill this ghoul. That's something. That's not much, but that's something. That's an honest work of a forest ranger. Naga will not be able to catch this demon hunter. And finally, Moonsnaga is out. He, of course, buys clarity. Please check your shop, buy an invul potion out of this shop. You've got an income exactly for an invul potion. Rejuvenation is being used on Demon Hunter, so Demon Hunter will be at full HP. He got form ready, and I doubt this Undead's attack will lead to anything, to be honest. Just use the demonic form and do something. But he still doesn't have anything to save him. Either you use the demonic form or you just die in the most stupid way possible and you lose your Tree of Eternity in the stupidest way possible. Again, what was that? Okay, he gets back, he's alive, he got form, Undead still got one coil at least. Naga will go down again, that was expected. No, it's Demon Hunter that goes down and that's over. Oh, for hell's sake, Moon, really? This running around with Demon Hunter not achieving anything was terrible. That was just painful to watch. Anyway, it's game number 3. I've got to make a long breath. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. It's all fine. He'll achieve victory at some point in this game because I just see that the whole video is very long, so either the game number 3 is completely epic or there are games number 4, maybe game number 5, because it should be BO5. Okay. Let's get back into the freaking fray. Moon against Labyrinth. The game number 3. Oh, for hell's sake. Echo Isles. Echo Isles is... Moon knows how to play on Echo Isles. Moon knows really well how to play on Echo Isles. Moon can be absolutely amazing on Echo Isles. Moon can as well just throw the game as we saw in the previous one. Let's skip a few seconds. Where is your Ancient of War? Okay, Ancient of War is on the safe spot, so it's either no quick expansion for Moon or a little bit delayed quick expansion because you generally need to creep the Merc Camp to... You don't really need to creep the Merc Camp, but it's way more comfortable to put your expansion to... Put down your expansion with the Merc Camp being crept, so you're able to get some Mercs to reinforce your army and not rely on archers. Of course, Echo Isles are amazing for a Night Elf because you can avoid relying on your archers completely. You can get Troll Berserker, you can get Troll Priest. Again, Troll Priests are awesome for Demon Hunter early on. And in general, just Dispelling Skeletons is very useful. Yeah, that was a good move by Labyrinth, but I doubt it bought him a lot of time. It was just a minor inconvenience, but that's something. That was certainly something. Death Knight will just establish his own quick expo, and Demon Hunter is running towards it already, right? Or is Demon Hunter running towards the mid camp? No, that would be a little bit too ambitious. Yeah, Demon Hunter is there. Labyrinth is splitting his skeletons, so only one skeleton will get dispelled. Please dispel them right now. Dispel, that's a perfect spot. Yes. Dispelling one skeleton and Death Knight is acceptable. It's perfectly acceptable. Dispelling 2 skeletons and the Death Knight is awesome. Dispelling just 2 skeletons is acceptable. Dispelling just 1 skeleton and a creep is not. So discipline a skeleton on a death knight and a creep is fine. It's good. And right now this ogre is a little bit obnoxious. The second wisp is coming. I doubt it'll change everything because Demon Hunter will not be able to cancel this ziggurat. In the end, it's still annoying. In the end, at least one ghoul is very low. And this ogre gets his third bloodlust. So that's quite awesome. Killing the Acolyte would be amazing. Losing your Demon Hunter would not. So much so. And right now it's time for this ogre to die. Moon is making his expansion, but again, he may want to. He buys boots, he doesn't buy TP stuff, because he doesn't have money for TP stuff. Why don't you? Because you just started your tier 2. That's... That's a beautiful lady with a bow. She was able to kill a ghoul, and that's a lot, to be honest, for just one archer. I mean, if Labyrinth reacted properly, it would be way easier for him to kill his archer than for her to kill even like 2-shot ghoul. But he didn't react, so both archer lived and ghoul died, and that's a large win for the Moon. It's not a large win for the Moon, it was just a risky play. It boosts his confidence more than anything else. And right now he will move his expansion, he gets his creeps, he just steals his creeps from mercs without creeping the mercs, but I believe that will be the next thing he'll do. He'll just turn around and start creeping the merc. Because in general it's such a good spot, although Undead going towards the shop may force Moon to react. Because yes, this ogre giving you a large consumable is extremely important. And Moon is coming. If only Moon had a staff of teleportation to actually get there. And then it does. Labyrinth knows everything about what he has to do. And Death Knight is level 3 and he got large potion of mana. If Moon loses in this game, and he will likely not, because for hell's sake, or he can just have his Death Knight Demon Hunter sniped from a kilometer away by the Death Knight. I mean, Death Knight got all the mana he wants. He will just kill your berserkers, he will just kill your priests. I mean, it would be better to attack a priest instead of a berserker right there, because you can get a lot more out of just killing a priest with a single coil than making berserkers suffer to half HP without actually killing it. So, one ghoul went down. These two ghouls went down, I believe. Yes, yes. Large mana potion was used. That's a mistake by an undead. And that's a horrible mistake by an undead, because trading... Did he trade large mana potion for life of a demon hunter? Then that's acceptable, yes. I think that's acceptable for both, to be honest. Losing level 2 demon hunter when your XP is up, when you can hope to revive him in a tavern, is likely a good trade. No, not a good trade. It's certainly a bad trade, but it's not such a bad trade for a large mana potion. Okay, Demon Hunter got himself 2 rings, finally! And the claws and the gauntlets, and it's awesome. And is he making Keeper of the Grove? Why do I not see his second hero? Because he got no money, you fool. Yeah, he had no money for quite a while. Right now, finally, his expansion is working, not to full extent, I believe, but it's working, it's functioning. And Death Knight is relatively low on mana, so there will be no aggression, and there should be no aggression, and Naga didn't skill up her frost arrow, freezing arrow. That wasn't another interesting attempt at killing Demon Hunter, which would never succeed. What is this? Do you speak me? Мне I little understand. Ну, сорян. Днем я стараюсь тренировать свой английский, с этим ни черта не поделать. Come on, Demon Hunter, don't die to a fiend. I mean, I didn't expect for a second for Death Knight to be there, to be stealing this, to steal these items, to steal these creeps, to steal Demon Hunter's life, but it still was a little bit of danger. Please creep your Merkham. At least someone. I know you're fighting. Абсолютно буквально. Я знаю, что у меня довольно серьезный акцент, но тем не менее я хотя бы говорить быстрее начал, и, собственно, от акцента я тоже постепенно избавлюсь. Ну, вернее, не обязательно от него даже избавляться, от него, естественно, не избавлюсь, но по скорости-то я знатно добавил, меня хотя бы... Я хотя бы теперь не заикаюсь через слово. So, the scripts will die. That's a Tome of Agility, which is awesome. Death Knight got himself a Scroll of Healing, Lich got himself an Invul Potion. And right now everything will come down to who controls the shop, to who gets more Invul Potions. And if it'll be an undead, then Moon is doomed. But I really hope that Moon will get at least a few Invul Potions on his Naga in this game. Because just hoping that somehow Undead will forget about her existence and she will not die without boots, without anything, with stuff on her, it doesn't really work that well. Finally, they are both creeping their Mercamps. Yes, you try to save Mercamp for later, because Mercamp is such a good spot. Mercamp is such a close spot to your main base, so it's very, very safe. But at the same time, creeping it earlier would give him such a good item. Yeah, it's ring plus 5, so he will live for a long time. And creeping Mercamp early, killing this Rogue Wizard early is very easy. You may be not able to creep all the kobolds, but killing Rogue Wizard at level 5, killing Rogue Wizard level 5 at level 1, level 2, even as your first camp in the game is completely possible and not even that hard, because he also uses Lightning Shield. So, right now it's the time for Moon to defend, and the time for an Undead to attack. And Undead got 2 scrolls, got at least 1 invul. Moon got absolutely nothing on his Naga to save her life, but at least he got plus 11 armor on his Demon Hunter, and that counts. That matters a lot. And Undead got 2 destroyers with full mana, and that will kill all the bears. And Moon doesn't even try to use stuff on any bears, because he tries to save either Demon Hunter or Naga from the dire situation they may be in, but the answer is that his stuff would be off cooldown already. So save the bear. Oh, killing Death Knight! And I was praising the Labyrinth for having enough invul potions on his heroes, but it was Lich. And Lich didn't give a shit about Death Knight dying for quite a long while. So in the end, with just Lich, Undead can win in this fight, of course. With Lich and Naga, even though Naga on the Moon's side died as well, Undead will have to get away. Moon will withstand this attack either with creeps, either with mercs, or with just reinforcements, with just his normal army. Death Knight is being revived. Naga is being revived in the altar, which may matter. I mean, it may matter for both sides. It may be awesome because Moon didn't spend all that gold on reviving her. Or it may be awful if he is not revived in time. Oh, for hell's sake, why am I feeling myself so terribly? Anyway. Moon is creeping, Naga is very, very low. Please do not Die to Demon Hunter. Okay, she's gone. Labyrinth decides to stop. Labyrinth decides that it's over. That he wasted too much time, that he wasted too much effort, that Demon Hunter is too high. If only he didn't lose Death Knight. Losing the Death Knight was a critical mistake. He was ahead, he had 2 destroyers with mana. He was able to kill a lot of bears. Moon is very sloppy with his staves. Autumn Leaves version 2.0. Is it different from normal Autumn Leaves? Yeah, normal Autumn Leaves are an old map. Okay. Normal Autumn Leaves is an old map, which is not even that popular. So what can we expect? Moon is playing not that greedy. He didn't try to creep his goblin shop as his first merc camp, but at the same time he will likely try to creep his easier expansion. Why did he put Ancient of War at this spot? So it will not creep green spot and goblin camp, goblin labyrinth, shop. But it will creep his expo, and then what's gonna happen next? I don't really know, because he doesn't really want to establish a quick expansion, because otherwise he would establish a quick expansion right here and creep an expansion visit instead of making an Ancient of War here. So he likely wants to attack an undead, he wants to creep the closest spot to an undead and then go straight towards the undead's expansion. But... oh, that's Leech! Oh, for hell's sake, it's the worst possible outcome for Labyrinth. Because he gets very aggressive creeping from Demon Hunter, he gets Demon Hunter with mana burn, and Lich doesn't have all that much mana early on, it's just 2 Novas generally. And both Novas are out, and he will not have a single point of mana for a little while. Yes, Demon Hunter is only 1.8, Demon Hunter will not get to his 2, or maybe he will get to his 2 from this last creep. If he will, with Immolation, he may be able to win right here. No, he goes for evasion because he decides that Undead will be able to establish this expansion anyway. Undead is trying to be aggressive, but really, that's awful for him. Moon shoot instantly. Yes, Moon is instantly making his own expo. Moon is making defensive Moon Wells. Moon is preparing to defend this expo against Lich. And Lich will have 0 mana. Lich is not a bad hero to fight against Demon Hunter early on. He deals some damage, but at the same time, there is no way to save your ghouls. Your ghouls are one-time use only. So, not even 2 coils that Death Knight usually has against Demon Hunter with Mana Burn level 1. I'm quite surprised that it's not an immolation and but an evasion, because he likely believes that his HP here against constant Leech attacks is more important. But no, I would certainly prefer Immolation. I would certainly like to see Immolation being used against this horde of ghouls. So the moment you are able to push through these ghouls, the moment you're able to make these ghouls slow, Labyrinth will have absolutely nothing for at least a minute. And this tree needs to eat a tree. Yes. And Lich decides to use his second sacrificial skull, or is it the first sacrificial skull? And Lich will have no mana, the barracks will go down. Finally, Lich is level 2, and he now got Frost Armor, but he has mana for, like, what, 1 Frost Armor? Moon is getting away. Frost Armor may help, but it's just 1 Frost Armor, and he will not have it for now, for quite a while. And yes, ghouls will fall, ghouls can't afford themselves to attack. There, of course, will be no Ziggurat Rush. It's impossible in these realities. We're not in 2020, 2021. Oh, Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter will be at full HP, full mana for a little while. That's another Dispel on Lich. Lich doesn't even have enough mana for Frost Armor, so he has to evacuate. And that's a free expansion for Moon. Moon should understand that this expansion is completely free, that he is absolutely free to do anything he wants with his money. And is he going for Naga again? Naga is not bad against Lich first, because, again... oh god, sorry, I've got to clean my face. And of course I've made a terrible mistake of not only pressing the button to mute myself, but also pressing the same button to stop the stream. Oh, for hell's sake. Now that should be fine. Lich is applying pressure, we've seen it all. Yeah, that's about the moment we should check. No, even likely, even 20, 30 seconds away from now. Yeah, that's the moment we were in. Yeah, Moon got absolutely all the time in the world to do whatever he wants. He hires Shredder, he will hire some hero from the tavern. Will it be Naga? Will it be Panda? Hire someone. Naga is not a bad choice here because, again, ghouls are one-time use. So, in general, if you hire Naga, you can just kill as many ghouls as you only want. And that's not the best position by Labyrinth. He will be able to withstand at least for a while. There is no Nerubian Tower. Why? What did you try to achieve, really, my friend? Because you can't really win with Lich against Demon Hunter if you... No, Moon. Killing the Necropolis is not your first priority, but okay, you achieved it. And right now Naga should just run around shooting random ghouls in the faces. And Lich, as much as he has freezing armor on himself and on one ghoul, frost armor, it's frost armor, who cares? And doesn't do anything else. So he's under the scripting, but it will not last for long because Demon Hunter will come, and Demon Hunter will stop the scripting, and another ghoul should die. Yeah, you can, of course, surround Naga with just 4 ghouls, but it's not what's gonna happen. Another ghoul dies, and losing Naga level 1 for 3 ghouls is perfectly acceptable. It's more than acceptable, it's fine. No, she will leave, and the ghoul will leave, okay. Of course, not losing Naga and killing just 2 ghouls is also perfectly fine. Right now, Moon got Shredder. Moon likely dispelled quite a few wisps to free his supply. Yeah, he did exactly that. And he is creeping. He got all the time in the world. Death Knight is not even out yet. And Death Knight will be level 1. And without Aura... And that is not that powerful. And that is not that strong. And that is not that... Did he buy Mana Potion just to kill? It's worth it. It's more or less worth it to use Mana Potion just to kill level 5 creep. But it also doesn't put you ahead. It also doesn't put you ahead. It also doesn't count as a steal, as a proper steal. And Demon Hunter is level 2.6, Naga is 1.3, Naga will try to creep, Death Knight brings another mana potion. Because Labyrinth is trying to play safe, I don't really know why is he buying so many mana potions, why is he having mana potions on him already. And Death Knight will not be level 2 from these creeps if Leech doesn't go out. But Leech will allow him to, yes. Okay, Death Knight will be level 2. Death Knight will have his aura. That will help. That will help immensely. And Naga got a Moonstone? Oh, why? Why? Why do you have it? Okay, he just wanted a Moonstone. He decided that he needs a longer night. And one ghoul goes down, but it doesn't matter. It's a complete non-factor. All these skeletons should be dispelled by dryads. You've got enough mana on your dryad to dispel skeletons. Please get. Yes, they give abysmal XP. And both creeps were stolen. That matters. That matters a little bit, but it still matters. But at the same time, it costed him another mana potion, and he buys another one, and he will need additional units. He is at 61. If he wants to perform 80 foot push, maybe 70 foot push, he will need additional units, a lot more additional units. Naga is 2.3, Moon is Harent, Priestess of the Moon, finally! Please give the stuff to Priestess of the Moon, because he will stand further away from the fight than Naga. Yes, she's mostly there to spread poison, but still, it counts. There is a protector. I would expect Moon to do more, but right now, even what he's doing right now is not terrible. Yes, he lost a TP scroll, but he was able to kill at least 2 ghouls, so it's... Yeah, it was 1 ghoul, okay. It was not worth it. In general, it was not so bad. Using a TP scroll to kill a ghoul it's acceptable. Yes, you get only 120 gold unit, but at the same time, it's 120 gold difference between you. No, it doesn't count like that. It's still just 120 gold unit. It's some experience, it's 40 experience, which is not that much because ghouls are level 2. They are not level 3, of course. Fiends are level 3, and Huntresses are level 3, and Grunts are level 3. Claws plus 12 is not really what Demon Hunter always wanted. He gives all the claws and all the damage items to bottom. He wants protection, and he wants aura the most. He really wants aura. At the same time, Lich got the cloak again, which is also a little bit suboptimal item. Best viewer stream, blah 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 blah. I hate you. I completely hate you. Hard pomegranate, yoz, mis, mus, mas. I have to turn you off. First, I have to... report you for terrorism. Yes! It's exactly! What are you doing? Eh? I can't report him? What? Spam scams for their chat messages, exactly. Spam. Ah, that's how it goes. And block the user, will it? Professional streamer. Yeah, I'm such an amazing streamer. No, it doesn't even remove him from the freaking chat. That's the only thing I hoped for, that it'll remove this guy's message from this chat, from this window, and it didn't. Professional freaking streamer. Okay, I've got to turn off the chat on my screen for a little while. I mean, I can still see your messages on my phone, so it's all fine. Anyway, let's get back to the game. And that got the first abomination. And it got quite a few things. He's at 70 finally. But he doesn't have a lot of destroyers, and one destroyer is up, so it'll be like, what, one destroyer with mana, two destroyers with mana, and one statue. That's fine. Two destroyers with mana, one destroyer without mana, and one statue. That's acceptable. That's not that terrible to fight, especially when you've got 6 dryads, when you've got 3 heroes, when you've got Bottom, who also, of course, attack there, and you've got 2 orbs of poison. And for some reason, the game decided that Moon needs all the claws in the world. That Moon absolutely has to get every single claw item. I would like to see the second stuff on Bottom. I certainly would like to see the second stuff on Bottom. But she only buys Healing Potion. Please buy the freaking stuff! That's good! This good! This saves your freaking Naga! Nope. He got two upgrades in the meantime, and I believe it's not such a terrible moment for Moon to attack. Oh, another destroyer was? No, that's still the same one destroyer, so it's a destroyer without mana. Lich got himself a large mana potion. Yeah, that's a good moment for Night Elf to attack. He knows about it. He's at 3-2, his 3-3 is being made. And meanwhile, Undead only got 2 attack upgrades. Of course, 2 attack upgrades will be enough if he combines them with his spells. But it's all in the Moon's hands. It should everything be in the Moon's hands. And the Moon is known as the Queen of Deception. I mean, the Tarot Moon. Oh, by the way, if my pantograph, if my stand for my webcam or my micro, I've encountered a strange problem. Not such a strange problem as much as a stupid problem. I don't have enough USB slots to install to connect my webcam and my micro at the same time. So I'll either speak properly into a better micro, or I'll be able to look at the cards on the table. I mean, I'll be able to show the cards on the table. I'll be able to look at them anyway. Okay, there are 4 bears. 1 bear goes down almost instantly, and that's the problem with just one staff. Right now, Undead can focus anything he wants, including heroes. At the same time, he has to TP out, he loses mana. He was able to kill what? 3 bears? Yeah, and he lost a lot more. He lost at least 2 destroyers, I believe. He lost an Abomination, 1 destroyer, 2 fiends, and the ghoul. That was not the best fight for him, because... And right now, for some reason, he lifts another destroyer. I mean, the statue was completely dry, but you just want to have the dry statue, because even the dry statue slowly regenerates mana, and destroyers, of course, do not regenerate mana, they burn it. They burn through it, burn through their reserves. So right now he has 2 destroyers without a single bleep of mana. And relatively dry Death Knight, who will have 125 more, but it's just 2 coils. And Death Knight is in danger, and this Abomination, of course, will cannibalize something, but it will not save it. Aboms are relatively costly unit. They do not cost all that little. And we've got Demon Hunter who is in a little bit of trouble, but he should be fine. And Death Knight goes down, and that's what you get for playing Lich first. That's what you get for playing Lich first. You do not even have your second aura, so you can't properly chase, you can properly get away. Demon Hunter is getting saved. That was a close call. And having two heroes, of course, helps. Having two additional heroes, of course, helps. Having Potom... Not having stuff on Potom is awful. I mean, if you save a single bear with your stuff on Potom, it already paid off for itself. And there were numerous opportunities to do so. Anyway, let's look at the game number 5. It's the last game in the series, it's on Hammerfall, it's better map for an undead. But it's not so bad for Night Elf, to be honest. And Labyrinth is going for the quick expo. Who may have guessed? It is a quick expo indeed. So, what's gonna happen? Two skeletons are getting dispelled. That's awesome for Moon. He'll get to 2.2, I believe, from this camp, along with the skeletons, and he should take additional wisp with him. And he's making additional wisps. Yeah, there is an additional, the second wisp, so additional dispel should be used right now. That's good. That was good. Two skeletons are getting dispelled. There is a cooldown on the skeleton stuff for a little while. If he dispels, if he destroys this ziggurat, it should be a disaster. Yes, it's a little bit of a disaster for an undead because he wasted so much gold. And right now he has to start with just his expansion. He can start with ziggurat, so there will be no Nerubian Tower. No, he found a way. That's the problem. Moon had to dispel the remainder of creep, but it still delays the creep spread for a little while. It still delays the expansion. It still delays the Nerubian Tower. He should buy a Staff of Teleportation. He should try to cancel. Yes, if he will be able to cancel this ziggurat, it'll be an awful start for an undead. Killing one archer is good, but it's not enough. Dispelling, letting two wisps commit suicide is also not bad, but it's also not enough. That was awful. Losing a wisp in such way when you're right next to your moonwells is awful. Okay, there will be no expansion. Labyrinth decides that there should be no expansion, and he goes tier 2. At the same time, Moon is having his own expo almost ready. Then the expo is ready. There are 4 archers, so there is no real damage danger for this expansion, at least for now. 120 just quit the game. I mean, it's of course not a Labyrinth. They are completely different people, but 120 decided that there is nothing else to watch in this match. And he just disconnected. Okay, oh, he was just lagging. That's completely possible. But he was watching with great attention. But no. In the game number 5, he just decided that it's over. It's quite likely over. It's not Undead will have his tier 2, Undead will have his 50-foot timing, and Undead will have his 70-foot timing, I believe, against Night Elf, when Night Elf will still not have enough enough bears, enough dryads. At 50 foot, he will likely have only 2 dryads against proper Undead's 50 foot. He will likely not lose this expansion if he will pay enough attention. With 4 archers, it's relatively hard to lose the expansion on the gold mine. That was a little bit too close, but it's fine. And Demon Hunter should be level 3 quite soon. Not from this creep, I believe, but from the next one. whatever he kills, really. Yes, yes. Just kill the green spot. You want your level 3, you don't want to be aggressive. And Nana decides to still establish his expansion, of course, but after he gets to his level 2, and I believe it to be a mistake, a timed push would work better. Establishing an expansion is not terrible as well, but you've got 9 ghouls, you've got Leech out, you do not really have money for your tier 2 buildings, so you will not have statues and not have anything for a little while out of them, so likely not even fiends. Yeah, not even fiends. Yeah, you're playing against 6 archers, but 6 archers are not terrible against 9 ghouls without frenzy. Because right now Labyrinth can't afford himself tier 3, and that's his main problem. If you want to play mass ghouls against archers, against a night elf who will have like 2-3 dryads the moment you will properly attack, you want frenzy. You absolutely want frenzy, and he's playing on tier 2, and that just doesn't work. It doesn't constitute a proper strategy. So Moon has to make a mistake, maybe even a few mistakes to lose this game. And that was all due to the fact that he had such an immense success early on, dispelling all the skeletons, dispelling all the creep, killing all the ziggurats in production. You should never let Night Elf to dispel both your skeletons. Dispelling your Death Knight, dispelling one of your skeletons along with it, that's acceptable. But dispelling 2 skeletons twice, nope. Okay, and that will be able to kill this troll, of course. There will be another mana burn on Death Knight. Both undead heroes are out of mana, and of course expansion doesn't produce enough gold yet. Didn't produce enough gold yet, and will likely not produce enough gold because right now you've got no pillow. You absolutely got no stash of gold, and Lich is in a little bit of danger, and he has to buy a healing potion, and he will use it, and it's the moment for Demon Hunter to get out. No, it's the moment for Death Knight to appear with mana potion and to kill the Demon Hunter, but it didn't happen. Okay, Naga has Wand of Mana Stealing, Naga has Claws, Naga has Periapt of Vitality. I would like to see a shop. The shop is being built. Yes, that's awesome. I would like to see more Moonwolves from Moon. Even more Moonwolves, to be honest. I would like to see like 2 more Moonwolves. I would like him to go to 80 food already. Meanwhile, Undead is creeping, Undead is preparing his time to attack, but the timing is off. The timing is horribly off. For some reason, Moon decided to skip Dryads, and that's a mistake. That's a horrible mistake, to be honest. He goes straight for bears, but having Dryads is crucial. Dryads are absolute necessity against Undead at this moment. They will be able to punish Undead for having such a low level Death Knight without anything. They will be able to punish Undead for having only ghouls, not having any fins whatsoever. He's just making a first upgrade, and he doesn't have a single fin yet. Moon is researching longbows. Of course, when you've got 6 archers, you can afford yourself to have longbows. Please don't tell me it'll be Hippo Riders, because Hippo Riders do not work. And the Labyrinth is going gargoyles. Oh, that may function. That may actually function if Moon will skip on Dryads for a little while, but you need a lot more gargoyles. The number of gargoyles he will have in a minute or even in 2 minutes will absolutely not be enough. Another mana burn. Death Knight is constantly at 0 mana. That's an attempt at expansion, but a pathetic attempt, but it will not cost him anything because it's just a little bit of creep and a little bit of gold lost from canceling the ziggurat. It doesn't matter. It generally doesn't matter. And they are both creeping red spots. Talking about items, Lich is relatively poor. Lich should be relatively poor in this game because, of course, Undead was unable to have a free reign to kill a lot of creeps. Wand of Cyclone is awesome. Wand of Cyclone is quite awesome against a Night Elf. You can control Demon Hunter for a little while. It would be even more awesome in Night Elf's hands because, of course, you can control Death Knight for a little while. And it may even be sold because, but right now there are only 2 Dryads, and there will be 2 more. Okay, finally Moon decides to go for Dryads. He wanted to have this Quick Bear for Rejuvenation. Solely for Rejuvenation. Demon Hunter is getting cycloned, but it should not be his demise. Yes, and Naga will save him if everything goes wrong. And there is a Potman production. Okay, Moon decided that playing 3 heroes is something that leads to his victory. I would like to see a stuff on Potman. I would like to see a stuff on Naga. There is not a single stuff yet in this game. Archer should start attacking this Acolyte. She will not kill him ever, but it's something that will take Undead's attention for a little while. So, Labyrinth is at 70. Oh! Please attack right now, my dear Moon. No? Okay, it didn't happen. But it still matters a lot. Labyrinth is trying to protect his expansion. The moment his ziggurats will be up, the problem will be gone. But right now he's supply blocked. He can't lift more destroyers. No, finally ziggurats are up. His second expansion is being built. Of course, Moon can just answer with his own second expa. And right now I can't really say who is ahead. Moon should be ahead. Moon should be significantly ahead. He played a little bit passively, and I believe he's still ahead because there should not be enough gargoyles. Yeah, there should not be enough gargoyles. There are 6 archers with bows, there are a few dryads. Gargoyles should, of course, kill a few dryads, but they should go down quicker. And of course, they do not kill archers that quickly. Archers die really quickly to ghouls, of course, if they don't kite, and if they kite, your dryads die to ghouls even quicker, to gargoyles even quicker. I mean, if they kite, dryads will die to gargoyles. If they don't kite, they themselves die to ghouls. And right now there is a spirit tower, but right now Moon is winning. Moon had the 6 archers, Moon had the better positioning, there were not enough gargoyles to make a difference. And 2 bears, of course, were able to get rid of all the ghouls that Undead had. Yeah, with such a disastrous start. That was expected. Death Knight had to die there. And that's over. The series is over. Labyrinth lost! Yeah, he has 3 gargoyles in production, but it doesn't matter because he didn't have enough when it mattered. You have to be aggressive with gargoyles, even more than Night Elf has to be aggressive with his army, because gargoyles are an air unit. You can just move your gargoyles to kill, to snipe a few wisps, to snipe a gold mine, to put your opponent back into his gold mine, to make your opponent playing passively. But instead, he was just creeping all the way with his gargoyles, preparing for the final attack, and then there were not enough birdies to make a difference. I mean, if he just decided to attack later, if he just decided to go 100, if he decided to establish his third expansion when he was at 100, it may work. Having 10 additional gargoyles would make quite a significant difference. But no, it didn't happen. So, Moon wins. Moon wins over Labyrinth. It was quite a good game. It was an awesome series. I can't really blame Labyrinth for a lot of mistakes, but he made quite a few crucial ones. Moon made quite a few crucial ones, but apparently he made a few less. Okay, thank you for watching. Have a nice day. I'll come back later. Ta-da!